The most mysterious discoveries scientists still can't explain. There are ancient technologies we've completely lost track of and bizarre artifacts that just don't fit in with what we know about history. We're talking about things that shouldn't exist, like buildings that seem too advanced for ancient civilizations or objects that look like they're from the future. So today, let's dive into the most mysterious discoveries that scientists still can't explain. Buckle up, this gets weird. Back in 1932, two gold prospectors blasting open a cave in the San Pedro Mountains in Wyoming stumbled on something that left scientists scratching their heads to this day. A tiny human-like mummy, just 14 inches tall. Now you'd think it was just a baby, right? Nope. This thing had sharp teeth, wrinkled skin, and the face of a little old man. X-rays later confirmed it wasn't a hoax. This was a real human body. But how could someone so small actually exist? Some believe it was a member of a legendary tribe of little warriors mentioned in Native American folklore. Others have gone full conspiracy mode, suggesting it could be a human-alien hybrid. Yep, seriously. Nicknamed Pedro, the mummy mysteriously disappeared in the 1970s. No one knows where it went, and no one has ever been able to explain what exactly it was. Real-life hobbit, alien DNA. All we know is it's one of archaeology's creepiest cold cases. Way out in the frozen wastelands of Siberia, something massive and seriously eerie is happening. Since 2013, giant craters have been popping up out of nowhere. Huge holes, some over 160 feet deep and 60 feet wide, like the Earth just exploded. The first one showed up in the Yamal Peninsula, and since then, at least 17 more have been spotted, usually by random folks like reindeer herders or pilots flying overhead. And get this, some witnesses say they heard explosions before the holes appeared, with debris being flung hundreds of feet away. Geologists are still baffled. Some think it's underground gas pockets blowing up. Others hint at deeper, stranger causes. There's even talk of secret experiments, or brace yourself, paranormal activity. Locals claim to have heard strange noises before the ground ripped open, which only fuels the mystery. With these craters still popping up randomly, researchers haven't gotten close to a full explanation. All we know, something big, weird, and totally unexplained is going on beneath the ice. Deep in China's Zhejiang province lies one of the world's most mind-blowing mysteries, the Longyu Caves. Discovered in 1992, these 24 giant underground chambers were carved by hand into solid sandstone, each over 30 feet tall and covering 10,000 square feet. What's insane is how advanced the engineering is. These caves have stood strong for over 2,000 years, no collapses, despite being dug below rivers and water tables, and they're held up by just a few perfectly placed support columns. That kind of design would be hard even with today's tech. And the weirdest part, every inch of the walls is covered with symmetrical chisel marks, as if they used high precision machinery. No tools have ever been found, no ancient blueprints, not even a single written record, nothing. So how did ancient people, supposedly without advanced tools, pull off something like this? Some folks think there had to be outside help, like not from Earth kind of help. Because honestly, we know more about how the pyramids were built than we do about these caves. In 1936, near the town of London, Texas, a couple out exploring found something totally bizarre, a rock with a piece of wood sticking out of it. When they cracked it open, they found a full-on iron hammer with the wooden handle fossilizing inside the stone. Here's where things get wild. The rock it was embedded in appears to be over 100 million years old. But how does a man-made hammer end up inside a prehistoric rock? This thing, now called the London Hammer, has a head that's over 96% pure iron, something that would have required advanced metalworking skills we didn't think existed back then. Some claim it's proof of ancient advanced civilizations or even alien contact. Others say it's just a 19th century tool that somehow got trapped in a rare natural process. But let's be real, even that explanation sounds pretty unlikely. With no official carbon dating and no definitive explanation, the hammer remains one of the most debated out-of-place artifacts out there. Whether it's ancient tech or a geological glitch, it messes with everything we thought we knew about history. Deep in the ruins of Wat Phu, an ancient temple complex in southern Laos, lies a strange and cryptic relic, the crocodile stone. Carved straight into the bedrock, this odd-shaped stone vaguely resembles a crocodile, or maybe even a reclining human figure. The stone is roughly the size of a full-grown adult, which has sparked wild theories about what it was actually used for. Dating back possibly to the 5th century, it predates most of the temple structures around it by hundreds of years. According to local legends and ancient Chinese texts, human sacrifices were once performed annually to appease the mountain gods. 2 young women were supposedly chosen each year and offered amid chants and rice wine rituals. So, could this eerie stone have been the altar? There's no written evidence confirming this theory, and there are no other similar stones anywhere in the region. Even weirder, crocodiles weren't really part of the local spiritual symbolism, which makes the carving even more confusing. Was it just a weird coincidence of nature, or could it be a lost relic of a forgotten cult? Whatever it was, the crocodile stone continues to haunt the minds of archaeologists. Of all the bizarre artifacts found in ancient Egypt, this one might be the weirdest, the Sabu disc, discovered in 1936 in the tomb of Prince Sabu at Saqqara. This 5,000-year-old object is made from fragile schist rock, yet shaped with a level of precision that seems almost impossible for the time. It's about 2 feet wide, 4 inches tall, and looks a lot like a futuristic steering wheel, or maybe a turbine, with 3 symmetrical curved blades. But here's the thing. Tools capable of crafting something so exact didn't exist during Egypt's first dynasty, at least not according to mainstream archaeology. Some experts think it was decorative, others claim it might have been a stone replica of a more advanced metal device lost to time. And of course, the alien theorists are all over this one. The Sabu disc now sits in the Cairo Museum, on display with no solid explanation. No one knows what it did, who made it, or why it was built that way. But if someone 5,000 years ago really carved that by hand, maybe we need to rethink everything we thought we knew about ancient tech. In 1958, a Bolivian farmer digging near Lake Titicaca came across a strange stone bowl. Sounds normal until you realize it was covered in cuneiform writing, just like the ancient texts from Sumer in the Middle East. Now wait a minute, how does an artifact with possible Mesopotamian writing end up in the middle of South America? The bowl, dubbed the Fuente Magna, has caused a firestorm among archaeologists. Some researchers like Clyde Winters say the markings describe ceremonies for the goddess Mania, just like those in Sumer. Others claim the symbols are more symbolic than linguistic. Still, the fact that this kind of writing appears so far from its known origin is suspicious, to say the least. The bowl is now housed in La Paz, Bolivia, but its authenticity and origin are still hotly debated. If real, it could point to transoceanic contact thousands of years ago, way before Columbus, and that's the kind of thing that flips history on its head. In 1961, while exploring the mountains near Olancha, California, 3 rock hunters stumbled upon a geode. When they cracked it open, they found something inside that didn't belong there. A piece of metal that looked like a spark plug, dubbed the Kozo artifact. It was surrounded by solid mineral deposits that some claimed were 500,000 years old. That's older than modern humans. Some believed this was proof of ancient advanced civilizations or even time travel. Others, more skeptically, suggested it was a 1920s era spark plug that somehow got sealed inside a natural concretion. Even if the object is modern, the real question is, how the heck did it get inside a rock that seems far older than the part itself? To this day, the Kozo artifact is one of the most debated finds in fringe archaeology. Back in 1872, near Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire, construction workers unearthed a smooth egg-shaped stone. But it wasn't just any rock. It had carvings of faces, tents, and corn. And even stranger, 2 perfectly drilled holes at each end. And here's the kicker. Those holes are so precise that only advanced drilling tools, ones invented after the 1700s, could have made them. So how did this mystery egg get made? Some say it's a ceremonial colonial Native American artifact, while others claim it's completely out of place for the time. The tools needed to make it didn't exist locally until way later. The stone now sits in the New Hampshire Historical Society, still unsolved. No one knows who made it, what it meant, or how those holes were carved so cleanly. All we know is it doesn't belong to any known chapter of American history.